YouTube, it's K-Rod here. I'm back with another quick little video that I wanted to put out here for today. I wanted to make my video to talk about Terrence Bud Crawford. This is a message out to Terrence Bud Crawford because I know he's watching me. Mr. Bud Crawford, please stop fighting fucking bums. I swear to God, to the sake of this world, of human existence, please, for the love of boxing, or for the boxing gods, to make you stop fighting bums, because you are a disgrace to the sport of boxing. I don't know if Terrence Crawford is related to Canelo Alvarez, but you know that, like, honestly, this shit needs to stop, man. Like, I don't understand why Terrence Crawford keeps thinking, this is a game for some odd reason, but this shit pisses me off. So, as of recently, Terrence Crawford and I believe Bob Arum were in talks of having him come back to the ring pretty soon. But it's going to be sometime in October, I think. I'm not too sure. Honestly, that's probably not going to be good. Even if he tries to return, but Terrence Crawford, he's possibly going to be matched up with an opponent like Jose Zepeda, Regis Prograis, or I forgot what the last other opponent. I forgot the other opponent, but either way, it's so fucking stupid. Terrence Crawford is making a complete ass of himself. He's not going to become a good fighter. Come to an Errol Spence fight. I literally got Errol Spence knocking him out. I do not think Terrence Crawford is that good of a fighter anymore. For him to just think that he's going to probably re-sign with Bob Arum, which, that's what I'm thinking, in the back of my head as well, when it comes to October. But Terrence Crawford is basically going to fight another bum, and let's just say Errol beats Manny Pacquiao. Because if Manny Pacquiao beats Errol Spence, you know what Terrence Crawford, is going to say. Oh, hey, Manny Pacquiao, give me that fight. Give me that fight. Because that's what Terrence Crawford is waiting for. That's why Terrence Crawford knew, hey, you know what? Knowing that I let my stupid-ass trainer, Bomac, be the one in charge of my life, telling me, hey, don't take this Manny Pacquiao fight because the money wasn't right, blah, blah, blah. That's fucking bullshit. You were going to make fucking 20 million fucking dollars, as far as I know. Yeah, because, it would have been pay-per-view, so Manny Pacquiao would have made a crap load of pay-per-view money. And then on top of that, you would have made, definitely an extra 10 to 15 million, because I know Terrence Crawford was going to get paid 10 million for that fight. But for some odd reason, Brian McIntyre comes inside the way and tells Crawford, hey, Crawford, don't take that fight because, we're not so sure, if the money ain't right. Motherfucker, just take the fight and then you could talk money later. Right? If you're in a gang and then your gang tells you, hey, look, we got something really good out here that we could loot. And then you tell your gang, nah, man, how about we rob this place, tomorrow instead of robbing it tonight? What the fuck does that mean? You're not going to be able to take it out tomorrow. Because what if it's gone, by tomorrow? So by that logic itself, you've already screwed up the operation, and you don't know if you're going to get your just due for the amount of money that you deserve. Which I'm not saying that that's anywhere near the sport of boxing, and I'm not saying that that's ever justified. I'm just making a little comparison of, would you rather take a big opportunity that's in front of you instead of waiting for it to be gone later? And that's what Terrence Crawford did. He wasted a major opportunity. And now, with this situation of him having to face Jose Zepeda, Regis Prograis, and then I hear Custio Clayton. Yeah, Custio Clayton was going to be the third option for Crawford to fight. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this shit? As a Terrence Bud Crawford fan, for anyone listening, doesn't this piss you off? Doesn't this piss you off that Terrence Bud Crawford is fighting another fucking bum? Shit, I even heard that he might have to he'll probably rematch Green Beans. Meme Machine, Aegis Kavaliauskas? What type of shit is that? Terrence Crawford, you are a fucking bum yourself, my dude. And I'm sorry to say that because I like Terrence Crawford. I know Terrence Crawford's, like, stablemates as far as, I guess, like, Jamel Herring goes, because I talk to him from time to time. But it's like, dude, this is a complete embarrassment. And I'm sure anybody out of Bud's team is probably watching. Let me tell you guys, if Bud fights another bum, he's getting brutally stopped by Errol Spence. It does not matter. I don't even care. Because it's like Terrence Bud Crawford is not being built up with the right opposition. Has he ever fought a top welterweight? Answer that question to me. Has he ever fought a top welterweight? The answer is no. Terrence Crawford has fought bums after bum after bum. His last 5 fights were bums. Kell Brook, a fucking washed up, a washed up fighter that got a orbital eye bone, orbital eye bone injury from Errol Spence when he fought him, then comes out of his way. Well, actually no, he got both orbital eye bones broken from Gennady Golovkin and Errol Spence. I'm sorry, correct me. I stand corrected. So it's like, how does that, signify a proper victory? And on top of that, Bud was losing all 4 rounds until he stopped, Kell Brook. So just to keep that in mind for all you Terrence Crawford dick riders, Bud was getting his ass kicked by Kell Brook. Oh, and also, Kell Brook was shutting up Bud's eye. That's how crazy that fight went. That means Kell Brook could have stopped Terrence Crawford himself. And guess what? Terrence caught Kell Brook with a shot he didn't see, and then boom, he knocked him out. Yippee. But guess what? If it went to the scorecards, Kell Brook was going to win. But in regards to all the other opponents, Bud has been fighting a lot of trash fighters. He hasn't fought Danny Garcia. He said he was willing to fight Danny Garcia, and that fucking I forgot what that ESPN documentary show was on him for. I think it was like Undisputed, or I don't fucking know. But basically, Terrence Crawford said in that interview with Andre Ward, the names that I would like to fight inside the ring with would be Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, and Errol Spence. I don't think he ever mentioned Sean Porter. But still, Terrence Crawford should be a man of his word for him fighting any of those guys. He's never fought a Keith Thurman. When have you ever seen Terrence Crawford wanting to pull up on Keith Thurman in real life, but he pulls up on Errol Spence and says, I'll bet $1 million to beat your ass? Bro, if I say I'm going to bet $5 million to beat you in a game, in a game of basketball to 11, then I'm going to be a man of my word to put $5 million down. And you put $5 million down, right? But no, it does not work like that. It does not work like that. You don't just pull the fuck out of your deal. You become a man of your word. Terrence Crawford, you're not a man of your word, buddy. And look, I love Terrence Crawford. He's a great fighter. But you are just another Canelo Alvarez in a black man's body. I'm sorry, bud. You're not doing anything right for the sport of boxing. What the fuck you doing? You're not fighting all the top welterweights. You didn't fight Danny Garcia. You didn't fight Sean Porter. You didn't fight Keith Thurman. You didn't fight, who else? Honestly, there are so many other names that want to take out Crawford. Virgil Ortiz, fight him. Fight Jerome Boots Ennis, fight him. But then again, why didn't you fight Kell Brook when he was champion? That makes a lot more sense. When Kell Brook was the IBF world champion, you could have easily moved up from 140 to 147 and take his ass out, and then you could go back to 140, go undisputed, and then fight Danny Garcia, fight Regis Prograis, fight Amir Imam, fight all these big names, and you would have been remembered as one of the best fighters ever. Oh, and then on top of that, you could have fought Errol Spence 5 years ago prior to this. You would have been fucking what? 29, I think. 28 or 29. But still, it's Terrence Crawford is wasting so many opportunities. And I don't understand why he's not being flamed for it as much as compared to what Errol Spence is doing. Everybody's still giving Errol Spence hell. Oh, nah, man, you didn't fight nobody. You fought bums, man. You went to war with Sean Porter. Yeah, he went to war with Sean Porter. He beat the crap out of, well, I want to say he beat the crap out of, but he gave Danny Garcia a tough fight. That's a big victory. He beat the crap out of Kell Brook in his hometown, in the UK. Literally having brownies thrown at him. Who else? He beat fucking, shit, man. I keep forgetting. Who else did Errol Spence beat? Man. Wait, hold on. Let me look at his box rec. Because I have a computer. And that's what IT people like myself should be doing. Alright, give me 1 second. So, I am going to look up Errol Spence's box rec. And I will tell you. Because this should not be that hard.
When you feel it, you'll know.
I'm so sorry. Give me 1 second. Errol Spence, box rec. Alright, here we go. There we go. My boy, Errol Spence is 31 years old. Alright, so here are Errol Spence's last 5 victories prior to the Manny Pacquiao fight right now. He beat the crap out of Danny Garcia. I don't want to say beat the crap out of. He definitely gave Danny Garcia a fight. But nah, he gave Danny Garcia the biggest fight ever. Almost shut his left eye, I think. Got a good victory over that. Beat up Sean Porter. Dropped him in round 11. Got a split decision victory, which I don't know how the hell that was a split decision. Mikey Garcia, after that, he beat Carlos Ocampo. He was actually his mandatory that tried to avoid him, but then he decided to take the fight anyway. He got his ass knocked out in round 1. Lamont Peterson, and then Kell Brook, and then Leonard Bundu, and then Chris Algieri. Let's see, who else? He beat Alejandro Barrera, a very good fighter, 26-2 at the time. Oh, and then he knocked the crap out of Chris Van Heerden, even though that was like a 154-pound matchup. So that is the level of opposition that that Errol Spence has fought. Oh, and then he knocked out Samuel Vargas. I'm going to throw that in there as well. But nah, Errol Spence has fought so many tough guys. Out of these last 5 opponents, were high-level contending fighters that thought that they could beat him, and he beat the crap out of them. And I think, honestly, when you look at Mr. Terrence Bud Crawford's resume, which I don't understand why BoxRec has him number 1, but that's bullshit. But let's take a look at his last 5 fights. Kell Brook, TKO'd him round 4. Igis Kavaliauskas, TKO'd him round 9. Amir Khan, TKO, round 6. Jose Benavidez Jr., TKO, round 12. Jeff Horn, TKO, round 9. Julius Ndongo, the undisputed 140-pound matchup, TKO, round 3. Like, honestly, Bud Crawford is just fighting bums, man. You know, honestly, his only good victories had to been Victor Postal and Kell Brook. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Jose Benavidez and Amir Khan, they're trash. You know, he hasn't really... Oh, and then on top of that, the Gamboa fight as well, when Gamboa was undefeated at 135. But still, it's just like, you know, it's not saying much when Terrence Crawford is not fighting guys on the Errol Spence level. So, you know, all I'm going to say to wrap this up is that Terrence Crawford, you need to start fighting the best, man. I have no hatred towards Crawford. I'm just frustrated that Terrence Crawford is not taking these fights. Honestly, if Terrence Crawford fights Sean Porter in his next fight, I will give him all the credit in the world. If you fight Ugas, I will give you all the credit in the world. But he's not doing that. Terrence Crawford is not doing that. Bud, you're going to be 34 years old in September. That's when his birthday's coming up. And he hasn't done shit. Bud Crawford has not done anything. And what I'm saying to you, as a Bud Crawford dick rider, to you guys, not me. I'm not a Bud Crawford dick rider. Fight the best. That's all that I want you guys to say to Bud. Just fight a contemporary. It doesn't have to be anybody that difficult to a level like that. But still, everybody's still difficult at 147. But if I were Terrence Bud Crawford, I would get on Sean Porter. I would say, yo, Sean Porter, here, like, here, take this fight with me. I don't, like, you know, I don't care how much money, you know, that I'm gonna get paid. I just want you to come and fight me. If he did that, I would give Terrence Crawford all the respect in the world. If he fights Danny Garcia, that's a damn good fight too. That at least gives you credibility. Shit, if you fight Ugas, I'll give you credibility. But if you fight Keith Thurman, I'll give you credibility. Or even Abel Ramos, I'll give you credit for that. Or even Jaron Ennis or Virgil Ortiz. Or shit, even Adrian Broner. Fight Adrian Broner on pay-per-view. I will seriously tune in for that fight. If Bud fights Adrian Broner, yo, for anybody that follows AB, shout out to BFTV and Kinda Loco. If that fight could be made next, I swear to the boxing gods, I will watch that fight and I will put that on my channel. And shit, I will put that on Twitch. Literally. That will be a fight. But you know, like, we all know that Bud Crawford don't want to do that, and that's probably up to him if he got balls to actually fight him. So yeah, man, that's pretty much what I gotta say. I'm gonna probably get up out of here. I appreciate everything that you guys are doing to come through. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm coming out with more videos today. So thank you guys. I'll see you guys later. Bye.